It's art at the end of the day. Welcome to today's episode, where I have the pleasure of speaking to Ania, talented artist originally from Poland, now based in London. Ania's passion for art ignited it in her early childhood, leading her to study under the esteemed Polish artists and earn a diploma from Silesia University. Wow, hope I pronounced that right, in 2003. With over 30 years of experience in oil painting, Ania's work encompasses various themes, including landscapes, still lifes, trees and meadows. She's known for experimenting with colours, shapes, to bring her imaginative visions to life. Since relocating to London in 2005, Ania has showcased her paintings in numerous solo and group exhibitions across the UK. Join us as we delve into Ania's artistic journey, her creative process and the inspiration behind her captivating works. Start with the same question. How did you know you was an artist? Or when did you become an artist?
I don't think there is any point of time I would remember. Yeah. I was told by my mum that probably the beginnings were while she was trying to potty train me. Okay. Because to keep me occupied, she bring the little stool next to me with the paper and crayons, and she just tried to keep me on the potty as long as I needed to do my business.
Started on the potty.
So this is basically when it started, because I don't remember that time because I was probably like 1-2 years old that time. But then in my primary school. This is also the thing I don't remember. But the first parents' evening my mum went to, she was a little bit nervous when the teacher asked her to stay after the parents' evening because she wanted to chat with her.
Oh, so one-to-one. Sounds bad.
and she thought that is something wrong with me. But she basically said that she noticed that I'm talented and she should probably do something about it to send me to the net for really additional lessons. So that was the other thing when my mum started enrolled me to additional lessons in like a special place in my city where the all talented kids were getting like support.
Oh, that's good.
So I remember being brought there with my mum, and she left me there. And I remember it was so scary at the beginning. I felt so abandoned. It's like she left me in a strange place with strange people I didn't know. I remember crying even. But then the teacher that was there, he came to me. He showed me what I can do, and I think I started loving it straight away. I completely forgot about what I felt.
No, you're doing something that you love, aren't you? Yes. Even that age, you still love the art because you started very young. So, you found something that is good for you. Yeah. So that's why you probably calmed down and you love doing that. But it's good that teacher recommended it to your mum because it could have just fell by the wayside, couldn't it? But because she see what talent you had. That brought you forward.
Yeah. The thing is why my mom reacted like that, because maybe she suspected there's something wrong with me, because when I was little I was not really sociable kid. I still think I had autism, but back in the days, not really diagnosed kids. So I was that weirdo. My mom called me weirdo when I was little because I didn't want to go outside to play with all the kids. I prefer to stay home and hide under the table and scribble on a piece of paper. So she used to just call me, you weirdo, why don't you go outside?
But I think that a lot of artists are like that. They look outside to see the shapes and things going on outside. Depends what kind of art they do, but they're always looking at the world. Yeah. And I think I don't think you're weird at all. I think that is an artist.
Yeah, autistic.
Yeah,
it's not a big difference.
Yeah, no, that's right. And you're looking for it because it's all about influences and all about from your heart, isn't it? So you're looking for those influences in whether it be people, shapes, landscapes, whatever. So I think a lot of artists like art are me the same. I just stare at things. But so did you then go on further education for the art side?
I continue going to the classes throughout my primary school, and then when I was a teenager, I was not really thinking about my future, so it was like a bit crazy years. But I remember doing art anyway, or doing any kind of art, like moving furniture, painting walls and doors in my room. So I was always creative, and because I was so what's the word, like introvert, introverting nature, I could not really see myself in like a proper job, working like in the office with other people in a group, in a team.
That's boring.
And I was like, what am I going to do when I grow up? I was like, I had no idea, but the only thing I wanted to do was just do art. And I always thought it would be nice to be an artist and just have my studio and create. But I was raised like forget about it. Treat it like a hobby, but you need to find like a steady income.
No, that's right. That is the struggle, isn't it?
So it was always in the back of my mind that I want to do that, but I have to work and do other things which I never completely enjoyed. I tried to find like a substitute, like the recent job I had in IKEA. I was designing kitchens, or the other jobs I had. I tried to do some graphic design and things like that, but nothing really made me so passionate about it.
You still had creativity within your work, within other jobs. You still was using your creative process.
Yeah, but it was so limiting me. I was just, I felt like I was like at the end stuck in a place where I could not really grow. Yeah. And so that was the reason why I could not stay in the job for but I was trying, and during the lockdown I finally just realized, maybe because it was so much about death and how important it is to just really take opportunity when you here on the planet and do what you really meant to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe I should actually risk it and try. You never know what's gonna happen. So shortly after all those lockdowns, I decided I'd take career break first and see what happens. But because shortly I got contacted by one gallery in London, and they were interested in my art and representing me. It's like, oh, that's a good start then.
Oh, that's very good, yeah.
So the first year probably wasn't the greatest one, but I could kind of see that this is quite still good development at the very beginning.
You've got to establish, you've got to get your name out there, haven't you?
So the first year was kind of living on my savings, but then gradually next year and another was getting better and better. I mean, I'm not very successful at the moment, but still I feel
it's a long process, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, definitely, and I'm still working on my style, and what I really want to do is just keep experimenting a little bit with my art, but also I'm also told by the galleries or customers, the collectors, what they want if they ask me to paint for them. So but I feel so much happier now.
That's good.
Even though the future, you don't know what's gonna happen in the future. You don't know if I just live in now, so I'm not thinking too much ahead. Yeah. When I get the day when I'm worried about my finances, I always just put the worry aside and take my paints and easel and just paint and just try to forget about it.
That's right. No, I think you found what you're comfortable with. So keep at it. If like you said, it makes you happy, then don't change. Because art is you, really, isn't it?
Yeah, but the change is probably very important as well. I can see myself changing throughout the whole experience. Since I was little, when I was very introverted and I was scared to talk to people, and now I have to actually approach people on my exhibitions and talk to them and talk about myself and talk about my art. So I'm learning.
If you're not used to talking to people, it's a difficult thing to do. I can't sell. I can't be one of those that jumps up and goes, "Oh, this is this art." If somebody asks me about a piece, then I'll say to them, "Yeah, it's this. I took it here. I've done this."
Yeah.
But I would never approach.
Yeah, you should see me at the very beginning when I was. I just finished university and I had some nice artworks, but I didn't know what to do with them. Yeah. And my older sister, she is more extrovertic, and she was like, "Why don't you go to capital Poland? Because it's where I am from. I'm not from the capital. I'm from the south of Poland, but she was living in the capital at the moment." And she invited me to visit her. She said, "Bring some artworks with you." And we have a tour by galleries in Warsaw, and I was like, okay. So I brought a couple of my paintings, and we were basically walking from one gallery to another. I was standing there, unable to say anything, but she was talking for me.
Okay, yeah. So
she was doing the talk, and I was just listening and kind of learning how to approach people, what to say, because I had no idea.
You got yourself a salesperson, you know.
Yeah. She was kind of my manager, and helping me put my first artworks into galleries. So it was scary and stressful, but also very educational experience.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of stress, I feel, isn't it? Because it's yours. So you're not got some boss telling you what to do and all this. It's everything you do is for you, and I think it's a different kind of stress. It's a nicer stress than working in a company.
Yes, definitely.
It's a different. It's totally. It will be stressful because you've got to still make a living. But it's a different. And it's just a whole different thing, whole different feeling.
Yeah.
But so when did you move over here?
Sorry?
When did you move to UK?
It was 2005. My friend my best friend from high school, she moved to London a year earlier, 2004. And she kept in touch with me, and then one day she said, that they recruiting, because she used to work in Odeon Cinema on Leicester Square, and they were recruiting new employees for a Star Wars movie. And she was like, "Why don't you come and try?" Yeah. Because I was looking after university. I was looking for a job in Poland, but I was struggling finding something decent. And it was hard. So when she suggested that, I was scared because my English was really bad, and I was scared really.
My English is bad, and I'm English.
Yeah, but at that moment, I really have a problem to communicate. But I decided to come, and my husband obviously said, "Well, why would you come by yourself?" And I was so scared. I said, "Okay, so come with me." And so we moved together in 2005, and then we moved to like a big house with several people sharing the one house together, so the rent was cheaper for all of us. But it wasn't like overcrowded. It was enough. So when we moved there, first thing was we didn't have much money at the beginning, but I got the job because my friend helped me with the job at the cinema. So the first money I earned and pay the rent, whatever I have left, I just had to buy some paints and canvases because the place where we were living, there were blank walls everywhere. I wasn't used to it because in my flat, I had paintings everywhere.
Yeah.
And I felt like in a hospital at the beginning. Like it was so sad, and like it was strange to me to live in a house without any artworks on the wall. So I started painting straight away when I moved here. And also I was quite courageous at the time, and I approached one gallery in Fulham with my paintings, and the owner surprisingly took some of my art, but they paid me straight away money. It wasn't much, but it was so out of sudden. It's like first gallery I approached, and he took my paintings.
Good job.
I was like, I got money already, so but that's a great city to live in. So it was a good start, but obviously at the beginning we just had to work to pay bills.
You sort of started so again when you came over here. You sort of started again, haven't you?
It was but I found London very inspiring, and so many opportunities for artists. It was completely a different planet for me at the beginning. Like, so I really find this good choice.
It's good. Yeah, glad you did, because see your work. Do you mostly paint what do you painting? What materials do you use? Is it oils?
Oils.
Oils, yeah.
I prefer oils. I discovered acrylics quite late in my career, but it was only like temporary. I tried to do some acrylics, but I got back to oils because I just prefer the texture, even the smell. I'm not bothered by the smell because when I was a teenager, I had my own bedroom and I painted in my bedroom, so the smell of oils was there constantly. Yeah. So I slept inhaling tub and oil, so it was in my blood.
Yeah. Do you ever do you have things in your head that you want to paint, or do you just start painting and it comes along?
It depends. Sometimes I get inspiration from the outside, but sometimes when I feel like I just want to paint and I don't even know what, I just start with, I call it like prepping my canvases, but basically I put some paint over and just do more like abstract work. It's like what happens, and then create from it. It's just I create first something abstract, and then I kind of find shapes and like the more realistic. But it depends. Sometimes I just see things like last year I found a very weirdly shaped pears in a shop, and I bought them and I just had to paint them. So so it depends.
It's anything basically. If you see anything that has got a shape or a story to it, so basically well, I've seen your sketching. It's unbelievable. Sketching them downstairs is really...
I don't usually do that in public.
Right, no.
But I got inspired by my other artist friends because they always sketch something, and I feel like I'm sitting there and staring at my phone is probably a bit weird. So I start bringing my sketchbook, but I'm not always ready to do that.
So your sketches are your private?
I usually create in my solitude. I don't like people around me, people talking to me, or even at my home. I prefer to do painting when my son is at school. Yeah. So there's no one around me reminding me that there's a lunchtime or something. Because I'm in my son, so I don't want anyone
so you totally
disturbing.
Zone out and...
Yes.
That's just... Do you sketch before you paint, or again, is that just something that you either sketch or paint?
Actually, I used to sketch before I paint. Now I don't do that. Sometimes I sketch after I paint.
Okay.
Which is weird. But I've noticed recently that I do the painting with oil, and then I look at it a couple of days later and I say I would like to make some changes, and I take a pencil and I sketch on my painting what changes I would like to make, and sometimes I just leave it because it looks interesting, so like different kind of medium mixing with the
because it just brings other lines in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You've been down here quite a lot. You've exhibited at Woodfield quite a bit.
Yes, I really like the community, and there's always some new artists coming and joining. So it's nice to share our experiences and inspirations we get from different.
Have you got any inspirational artists that you follow, either famous or not? Is there anybody that influences you, or is it just you?
No, there's lots of artists that inspire me, but there's all different styles and different names I can't remember. But there's lots. I can tell you just from the beginning, my first artist I adored was Klimt and Egon Schiele, so the Austrian artist. And some people, strangely, even now when they see my paintings, they kind of reference it.
So you can see the influence in it.
Yes. So which is quite nice to hear.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because they are just masters to me.
You are as well. It's just they're known. It's not that they're any better than you.
Yeah.
It's just that people know them.
Yeah, but what inspired me is just that more organic lines and some like cubes and shapes they used. So it was like geometry and organic kind of styles together, which I found really fascinating.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I think we need influences other than our own to, like say, see different shapes and different things. Have you got any solo exhibitions coming up?
Yes, there will be one solo exhibition, which is quite shortly after the one I already had in November last year. There will be one in April in East Dulwich in a gallery named by the owner, Jenny Avent Gallery. I had an exhibition that place in 2004. And I really love that area and the space, so I'm looking forward.
How did you get on with the private viewing? Was that sort of out of your comfort zone?
It is, especially at the very beginning when I had my first solo, especially if it was further away from my local environment, where I have made quite lots of artists and make lots of friendships and so it was quite stressful, but I thought it's like what happens.
Yeah, of course.
Even if no one shows up, I still got my artwork in the wall, so I can enjoy it.
It's a good way to look at it, yeah.
So I was stressed, but then some people show up, and I was like, oh, that's actually more than I expected. So I was happy, really happy for the first solo, and then the second, which was just recently in November. It was actually a crowd for the first time. I was so surprised.
Yeah,
but because it was locally, lots of my friends show up. But there were also people that came from quite far. And I was really surprised they didn't manage. And they really were willing to just come so far and just to talk to me for a second, because I didn't even have time to talk to everyone for too long. I tried to have chat with everyone, obviously. I didn't want to miss anyone, but at the end of the show I was losing my voice. So it was...
You come out of your shell, you're talking to everybody now.
It was a strange experience to be honest, but at the same time I was so grateful for this, that so many people show up.
That's lovely, that's brilliant.
It was a great day, so I'm looking forward to my next show.
Yeah, definitely, Well, you'll get the people that you met that were new, they'll come along. and you'll get new people coming, so it should be really busy.
Yeah,
hopefully.
but what I enjoyed the most of this just the normal days without private view, when people just visit and I had more time, I can focus on them more and I can have a proper chat with them and really see their reactions, because this is probably the best feeling when an artist can get when they see the reactions of the crowd, or the viewers, and see how the artworks, how the work that they create in solitude have an impact on people's life, because people see in my paintings things that I would not see myself, because they kind of...
Well, I think for a person to purchase a piece, they've got to connect with it.
Yeah.
It might not be how you wanted to connect, but they see something in that they like. And I think there's nothing better than someone buying your piece of art and taking it home.
Yes, yeah.
So they're putting it on their wall and it's there all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that other than us wanting to sell it for, unfortunately, to make money because we have to, but there's no way to describe the feeling when someone buys a piece.
Yeah,
because they are buying a piece of you. Because it's your vision, it's your painting, but they see something in it, and I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. Most recently, from my solo, one customer even posted something on Instagram. She bought my painting, which I created probably a year ago. I don't even remember what I was thinking when I was painting it. But the story she attached to to her post was like the memory, the most beautiful memory from her holiday with her partner, and the thing that we're doing is like...
so she's made her own story from that.
Yes, exactly. She saw my paintings that she bought because it reminded her memory from her past.
It's the connections we make of people we don't know.
Yes, exactly.
But that's, again...
So magical.
Yeah, because that's part of you, and you've painted it from inside, but she's felt something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't beat that feeling. But what's... After your exhibition in April, anything further on, or do you not plan that far ahead, or do you?
I mean, I will have another exhibition here, which will be a group exhibition with two other artists. That will be end of May. So we have like a trio artists exhibiting Woodfields, and I think that's the last thing I plan for this year. But I have lots of other group exhibitions coming up and art fairs, so it will be quite busy beginning of the year for me in any ways.
That's good.
So I'm looking forward what's going to come up afterwards. But usually summer is quiet for artists.
That's when you can do your pieces then,
Yes, it's when people go on holidays, so I'm looking forward. Maybe I will start planning something after summer. So definitely October will be a Stratton Festival here. So this is something that we do annually here together. So
I'll have to come down and have a look. But do you find that all the arranging of the exhibitions that gets in the way of you painting, or are you painting all the time?
I paint when I have a light.
Okay.
And when I'm inspired. I mean, that would be a lie if I only have light. Sometimes I'm so inspired I have to paint even with using artificial light. I really hate to do that.
Yeah.
I need to have daylight. Yeah. And so winter isn't the best time for me to create, but I do that anyway. Yeah. I just need to be very quick. So in the winter I usually create smaller pieces of paintings because I don't have that much time during the day.
So why natural light? Is it because it shows the paint in the
Yes, because I see the colors better. In artificial light, when I paint, I usually see the colors differently the next day in the morning.
I see.
And then I was like, I thought in the evening when I was painting it was great, but the next day it's like, oh my god, it's horrible. I need to change everything. So I just, I like a daylight. Many people suggested like special lamps you can get with giving you daylight, but I haven't get.
No. You do it the way you do it, and that's it.
Yeah, I probably when I have a proper studio, because at the moment I work from home, so I don't really have much space. I just basically use my dining table or just a little easel next to the window. Yeah. My studio is basically between a fridge and the washing machine. So
if it works, it works. It must work as a thing. But yeah, so you're right by the window, so you get the natural light. It's different. Yes, not a massive studio then.
but still, you have to work what you have. I'm still glad I can do what I can do.
Would you like a studio?
I would love to have a studio. Yeah. This is my biggest dream at the moment. So
you can just sort of like paint everywhere. And all the tubes and all that.
Just go completely loose with the paint and don't have to worry about cleaning up afterwards.
No, I don't think any artists proper studios, they're never tidy, are they? Because you just sort of leave it ready to go again. Yeah. But, do you have your you painted easels and all that there set up all the time, or is it like
usually I just hang them on the walls to dry. So I keep changing my exhibition.
You got your own exhibition.
Because they keep moving. I usually work on several pieces. At the moment I started about 10 paintings. Okay. And so I just move them around in the house, and gradually I just add layers on top. When the one layer dries, I can start another. It's
it's good. So you don't just finish a piece; it moves around, and you start another one.
I can't really focus on one thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Even when I have a big canvas, sometimes I got ideas. I just can't put on that canvas. I need to put somewhere else.
Do you often come back to a piece, maybe a month or so down the line?
Yes,
you do.
Yes, I do. Sometimes I have a great idea at the beginning, and then I start painting. It's like it doesn't work. I can't really transfer my idea into the painting. Yeah. So I can't finish it because it's not working, so I put it aside, and then weeks or months later I go back to the painting, and then the new ideas coming. And
do you sometimes see it from a different point of view as well?
Yes,
so
it does. I just put it upside down and on the side in different light. Yeah. So it's just constant creation. I just feel like I'm a full-time artist, but I don't know how you call full-time artist who works 24/7.
Well, it's your world, isn't it? It doesn't feel like work.
Yes.
It's like you're creating. You lose yourself, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel. I just don't feel I need to go on holidays. I just feel like if I have to go on holidays, I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to.
Go through the airport with your easels and your paint and the canvases. Excuse me.
Yes,
While you wait for the paint, you set up.
Yes, exactly. So I just feel like I'm on holidays all the time when I paint. So it's just what I want to do.
That's brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you for talking to me. And it's been wonderful. And it's really interesting.
Yeah, I haven't even noticed that you were recording.
Oh yeah, I do the little thing, and so it's more natural. I don't go, we're recording now. Cut and all that. Just chat away, and I've loved to listen to how you create and stuff like that. I'll definitely be down to see one of your solos.
Yes, please.
Yeah, no, I will do, definitely. Yeah, definitely. I thank Ania for speaking to me and speaking so openly about her processes and exhibitions, past and present, and how she conveyed the love of art for her. And the more artists I speak to, I find although their processes and the way they do things, like some artists put down their work, that's it, they've finished, never to go back to it. But then there are other artists that put work away, a month or two later go back and see it in a different light. But one thing comes through to each and every one of them that I've spoken to is their love of what they do. Be it painting, sculpture, singing, dancing, photography. It's just a pure joy. And how it's a way of expressing themselves if they are maybe an introverted type of person. And that's the way they show themselves in their eyes. And I shall continue to carry on and speak to more artists coming soon, as always every 2 weeks. I've got some fascinating people coming soon with different art, strings to their bow and all that kind of thing. And it was the end of another episode of his art at the end of the day.